Alright, we back with another video from the React 2. Luka Doncic is coming back for revenge. Now, I am a Devin Booker fan, so I do not fuck with Luka, bro. I don't care if he got traded to the Lakers, the back to the Mavericks, back to the Orlando Magic. I don't care, bro. I don't fuck with Luka, bro, because I'm a Booker fan, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck. But let's see what Jimmy High Roller is talking about, bro. Let's get into it.
Off-season NBA transformations. As empty as they are inevitable, with every new season comes the barrage of new clips, videos, photos of players looking slimmer, players
fuck?
looking absolutely
That's a workout? This nigga using a sledgehammer. I thought that's only what, like, what's the people who hit logs to use?
Jump shots looking nicer, and fans getting hyped up on the idea of a new, improved
like, bro,
version
and
of
another
their
thing,
favorite
I'm not
player.
falling for that Ben Simmons gimmick, my nigga. That shit is not working, bro. You're ass, bro. You always come to the offseason, hit a couple shots, and we don't see you for the rest of the offseason, bro. Then you go to the NBA, and the next time we see you is when you're on the bench in some fancy-ass clothes with a nice-ass chain, bro. I'm not going, bro. You're ass, Ben Simmons. Time to retire, buddy.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on the guy who showed me photos of shredded James Harden. Luka Doncic, the latest member of this offseason tradition, recently going through a transformation of his own. He's lost weight, overhauled his diet, put down the basketball altogether to focus on getting in peak physical form. The same exact routine we have grown all too familiar with. But this transformation feels different. It feels personal. 6 months ago, the Mavericks did the unthinkable by turning their backs on the future of their franchise. And in response, Luka isn't just getting into shape. He wants more than to just study film or work on his jump shot. He wants revenge.
Revenge on who, though, bruh? Only team he's
Today's
getting
video
revenge
is
on
brought to you by Current, the future of banking that works for you.
Damn, hold on, I gotta skip it. Only team he's getting revenge on is the Mavericks, bro. Now, LeBron and Luka is, yes, on the same team, but I'm not scared of that shit, bro.
Plot.
Because Suns is going to the championship, and we're winning.
Last week, Men's Health published a cover story detailing the drastic transformation of Luka Doncic over the last 3 months. In the article, Luka talks about the sacrifices he's made to hopefully take his body and game to the next level. Details that include him beginning his off-season training program the day after the Lakers were eliminated from the playoffs, followed by months of fasting, a strict diet, more time to rest than any other point in his career, and even a 1-month stretch where he stopped playing basketball altogether to focus on weight training and other sports to get his mind and body off the court and focused on his overall fitness. And immediately following this news came the hype of Skinny Luka.
Do you even recognize the person on the cover?
What the fuck, bro? See, they get to using AI and they think they doing something, bro.
But after a full summer of training and
bro,
lots
imagine,
of protein,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Imagine a fast Luka, bro. I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like this nigga, that shit would definitely terrorize the league, bro. Like, bro, he could pass the ball, shoot
to another level.
But
bro,
we've
do
seen
not
this
allow
before,
this shit,
not
bro.
just from other players, but from Luka himself. Time and time and time again. So why would things be any different this time? Because I believe Luka's commitment to his health and conditioning over the last few months actually has little to do with his body and more to do with his mind. The real transformation here isn't in his weight or his conditioning, it's between his ears. For the last 6 months, Luka has been a ticking time bomb. His abilities as a leader were questioned, his work ethic and his drive were put up for debate in front of the whole world. The Mavericks traded Luka because they felt not only was he out of shape, but that he would never get into shape.
That's
they
bullshit,
felt he
bro.
wasn't taking his conditioning seriously.
Like, bro,
and his
that
lack
Mavericks,
of discipline
what they
was
said,
essentially
bro,
a
that's
death
ass.
sentence
That's
to
a bad
any hopes the
excuse.
Mavs had at ever winning a title with him leading their team. Comments that are just as wild today as they were at the time, and probably should have stayed in private, but from their perspective were legitimate concerns. In the following months, Dallas got AD, they landed with the #1 overall pick, which is suspicious, and they landed on Cooper Flag. A happy ending in Dallas considering their monstrosity of a decision. But the one thing Dallas forgot to factor into their grand plan, there is nothing Luka Doncic loves more than revenge.
Nah, don't bring up Devin Booker, bro. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Oh, they all tough when they up. They talk when they up. Hey, this when they... Bro, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. That was way back in 2022, whatever year that was, bro. This is the past, bro. Stop bringing up the past. We're talking about current, bro. Whatever happened in the past is we're past that, bro. It's 2025. Stop bringing up old stuff. Weird
This is
ass.
the same man who embarrassed
like, bro,
a
this is what I'm
64-win
saying, man.
Suns
Fuck
team.
this nigga, man. Fuck you, Jimmy High Roller. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You want some bullshit, bro? Why are you showing these highlights, bro? Like, you acting like he won a championship after this. He didn't, bro. He got eliminated just like us. So, watch out with all that, bro.
Packing in a historic Game 7 and talked smack the whole entire time
Bro,
because they got a
with
little
this,
too
bro.
confident.
I don't care,
This is
bro.
the same
I
man
don't care,
who put the
bro.
Defensive Player of the Year on an island, walked him down for a game winner, and told him he couldn't guard him, all because of one hard foul. He dropped a 50-piece on the Pistons because their assistant coach said a few things he didn't like.
It seems like there was a little extra chirping going on with the bench tonight. Did that
Talking like Luka is MJ or
in the
something.
first quarter, so they didn't like when I chirp back. Now they said play basketball. If they're gonna chirp at me, I'm gonna chirp back. I ain't scared.
For every snide remark, every unsightly gesture, comes a Luka masterclass as a result of the unfortunate soul who thought it was a good idea to cross him. You want to take a wild guess at who he scored the most points against last season? That's right. The man knows how to hold a grudge. This, my friends, is not a coincidence. And neither is Luka getting into the best shape of his life this offseason. After 7 years in the NBA and refusing to take his health and conditioning seriously, Luka literally did exactly what the Mavs said he would never do and got into the best shape of his life purely out of spite. Which leads me to believe this is not your typical offseason transformation. This is a man who is out for revenge, and like the greats that came before him, is prepared to not just change his game, but change his entire approach on the game. Back in 2011, after losing to Dallas in the finals, LeBron James was at a crossroads in his career. He was definitively the best player in the world by this point. His game looked sharp, it looked complete, he was better than ever. And yet, something was still clearly missing. And it was in the following offseason where he found that missing piece. He sought training from Akeem Olajuwon to expand his post game. He spent more time studying his decision making on the court and finding ways to improve it. And of course, he transformed his body to handle the more inside out game he would deploy in the following season. The transformation, although visible on the outside, was happening inside. How he saw the game, how he led his team, his resilience in tough moments, and the sacrifices he was willing to make in order to win. A transformation motivated by the shortcomings and criticism he had faced leading up to that point, and a shift in perspective that many all-time greats have had to face and overcome. Michael Jordan's moment came in the summer of 1990, after getting beat down by the Pistons, searching for an answer to get over the hump. His answer came in the form of spending countless hours in the weight room, putting on 15 pounds.
I rock with revenge. Well, not revenge, but like, I rock with proving people wrong so much, bro. Like, it just feels the best, like being an underdog, bro, and then getting your chance, and then, you feel what I'm saying, you show up, bro. That's the best feeling for sure.
Offseason to handle the physicality teams
so I can't hate on that.
And a newfound willingness to adapt his game to a new system and coach that knew it could work, but only if Michael bought into it. Kareem's moment came after a 7-year championship drought, where he had to embrace the idea of not just being a great player, but being a great leader, inspired by a young, exuberant rookie who virtually gave him no other choice. Some of these turning points are more public, more intentional. Others are stumbled upon in pursuit of greatness. But all of them weren't just transformations of game, but a transformation of how they approach the game. After repeated playoff failures and constant criticism about his work ethic and conditioning, Shaq's moment came in the summer of 1999. With Phil Jackson as the new coach in LA, Shaq showed up in the best shape of his life, leaned into the triangle offense, and for the first time, fully bought into not just dominating, but winning. The transformation was visible in his body, but the change that really mattered happened to his mind. For Kobe, his moment came at rock bottom, with the departure of Shaq and missing the playoffs entirely in 2005. In the years that followed, he began to reshape not just his body, but his identity as a leader. A transformation that brought upon a completely new era in Kobe's career. As Kobe said at the time, his number changed, but the real shift happened in his mindset. He learned how to elevate teammates rather than just outscore opponents. A change that gave Kobe the tools to lead his team in ways that never quite showed up in the box score. All of these players, despite their game-breaking abilities and undeniable impact on the game, had to face the uncomfortable reality that if they wanted to win, something needed to change. A reality that Luka is facing at this moment in his career in more ways than one. Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Embiid, Tatum. What do all of these players have in common?
Bro, you forgot Devin Booker. Where's Devin Booker, bro? Bro, I think you just probably stayed up too late, bro. You forgot to finish the edit and you just click post. That's what had to happen, bro, because Devin Booker should literally be right next to Jason Tatum, bro. Or at least right behind Giannis, you know. It's all good, though. I forgive you. I know you probably just messed up on the edit and stuff like that. So, just next time, you know what I'm saying? Just for a little tip, a heads up, don't forget Devin Booker next time, bro.
Talents of the current NBA era. But they also share something else in common. All of these players have won at least one of these milestone awards through the first 8 seasons of their career. MVP, Finals MVP, and or a championship. The only generational talent at the moment who hasn't is Luka. In fact, almost without exception, every all-time great modern player stamped their legacy with at least one of these benchmark achievements that separate great players from all-time great players by the end of their 8th season in the league. Most of them with many of these awards. By this point, nearing about the halfway mark of a player's career, the truly transcendent players are well on their way to checking off these accomplishments.
Yes, sir.
And in terms of talent, impact, and numbers, Luka should be in this class by now. That has not only been the expectation, but the trajectory he's been on for the past half-decade. But he has yet to achieve any of these accomplishments going into his 8th season in the league. Luka just had to sit by and watch his own draft classmate pull off a historic run. MVP, Finals MVP, and a championship in the same season.
What can he do, bro? I ain't gonna lie. All his career, he really been against who? I mean, he's been playing with who on his side, bro? Like, bro, come on. Jalen Brunson, he wasn't even fully who he was at that time like he is now, bro. Besides that, he had Daniel Gafford. Are we dead ass, bro? How the fuck you want him to win a championship with Daniel Gafford? That's not happening, bro. No time. But that's probably the only reason why he hasn't really done anything, even though I don't want to see him do anything. He never had the team around him, but at this moment, he should, like, once LeBron retires, or if he never does, because, you know what I'm saying, it's looking like he never will. Bro, he has all the pieces around him to get him to that point. So
Luka
it should be no reason that it doesn't happen.
He didn't even have what it takes to lead a team to a championship. The man is watching his peers take over the NBA and cement their legacies right in front of his eyes. Pair that with the doubt and ridicule the Mavericks have shown him, and a man who has sought revenge for a whole lot less, and you have a recipe for what may just be a real transformation, fueled by failure and an unwavering desire to get even.
Hey, man, that was a W video, bro. I ain't gonna cap. We'll see what Luka does this season, bro. I mean, I don't think he's going to do anything too special. Let's be real. Come on. The Suns are going all the way. I've been saying this, and it's happening this year. But, hey, man, skinny Luka on the way? I don't know, bro. Last time we seen somebody look like they was good in shape was, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna cap. But let me know what y'all think about this video, bro. I'm out of here.